Hello, beautiful beings. Thank you so much for joining Quantum Realms 2021 as we honor the late, great Dolores Cannon and her leading edge work while celebrating and supporting humanity's ongoing evolution in consciousness. My name is Bridget Renee Holliday. I'm an awakening and ascension mentor and a beyond quantum healing hypnosis practitioner. As a starseed, intuitive, multidimensional medium and channel, I communicate a lot with the higher realms. And I'd like to start today talking about the Ascension. I'm sure many of you are already aware that we're in a period of ascension. And for those of you who may be new to all of this and don't know what the Ascension is, it's a really big conversation with a lot of layers. The short answer is it's a universal and planetary collective agreement to explore higher realms of consciousness. And this means that we are learning and remembering how to be more of who we are at the very core essence of our beings and live in the world in that way. It means that we are raising our vibrations both collectively and individually. And I think it's important to remember that ascension is a journey, not a destination. I highly encourage you to look at all of your experiences and live your life from an open heart and a curious mind. There are so many energetic themes for 2021, and I'd like to touch on those a bit. We will be seeing a continuation of opportunities arising for us to become really clear within our belief systems, our intentions, our manifestations, and all of the things that incorporate all of those aspects. Our collective consciousness grows and expands, and more people awaken, and we're holding higher vibrations. You will see, and you probably have already noticed, that manifestation is quickening. That means that all of the things that we believe and think and want and desire are now coming to fruition much faster. And this happens because our outer world reflects our inner world. And that's another theme that I think we'll be seeing a continuation of, is manifestation quickening. And as our vibration raises and elevates, we'll notice exactly what we are holding within ourselves based on what we're seeing in our outside world. So this means your thoughts, your beliefs, your judgments, your patterning, your stories that you create around your belief to solidify their existence within your life. All of these things will come to the surface and come to the forefront so that you can see them and decide what it is that you're harmonious with what kind of life it is that you want to create in this world. You get to decide that things don't have to be difficult. Things don't have to take a really long time anymore. You have the power as a creator being to decide all of this for yourself. And you can implement it in your life by starting with your thoughts and your emotions and the intentions you hold, the way you speak your life into being in conversations and within your own mind. Those things all play a big role on being able to reimagine the life that you're living. And I think that we'll experience much more of this in 2021. However, I am hopeful that people have started to understand that we create our reality. Therefore, if we've created something we don't desire, then we can simply shift it without judgment and just notice it as an objective observer and realize that it is not going to stay in place unless we allow it to. So as I'm sure you can see, we're learning to live consciously, and that requires us to be mindful, to be self-aware and compassionate with ourselves and others. And we can recognize where we need to shift by looking at how we interact with others and how our lives are playing out in front of us. My soul team has explained that these are some of the first steps of reclaiming our spiritual sovereignty. They have also explained that this is how we collectively align with one another in order to create and build the new world that so many of us are dreaming about. It all begins within us. We are honing our master creator skills at this time. Another theme of 2021 that I see this year is deepening our connection with the subtle realms. And this looks different ways for different people depending on where you are at your journey, in your journey. A lot of us I know started with crystals and plants, trees, animals, elementals, beings of light, angels, all of these different beings. And then you kind of move forward from there. So a good place to start if you're interested in deepening your connection with the subtle realm, but you've not yet really had a lot of experience with it, is get crystals, get plants, communicate with your animals. There's so much information out there on how to do this. And the reason it works to enable you to deepen the connection with your soul team, and the angelic beings and star family and your high ancestors and the ascended masters, is because it actually teaches you how to sense energies that we perceive as being very subtle. They're not actually subtle, but we perceive them as being subtle because we are so enmeshed in our own energies. The final theme that I would like to share with you today is that I see really playing a big role in 2021 is waking up to being multidimensional. And that can look like a lot of things for different people, but here are some of the things that I see coming for us, that I sense are coming for many people when I look into the collective energies. As our vibration raises and our consciousness expands, we begin to access different aspects of us that we have actually been blueprinted into this world with. Now, some of us have access to many of these gifts, or what I like to call superpowers, pretty early on in life, and others have them come online a bit later in life. And neither one of those experiences is better than the other one. I want to be very clear that Ascension is not about competition. It's all about your own personal experience and the experiences that your soul wants to have and decides to co-create with you as a human once you come into this world. So for superpowers, as I like to call them lovingly, right? There are so many things that can happen. I'm especially mindful that right now a lot of people are experiencing their psychic abilities and their telepathic abilities and their empathic abilities coming online in full force right now. Sometimes to the point that it's quite confusing for people and it can feel a bit overwhelming. And if that's you, hang in there. You're not alone. So many people are experiencing that right now. And there are so many of us that are out here waiting to guide you and help you through it. So just find one of us and we will do our best to assist you through it. We've all experienced this. Most of us have experienced this before, I will say. And we know steps that can assist you. This is the final tip that I have for the energies of 2021 and what I see coming down the road. Of course, there are so many more themes out there, and you can just feel into the collective energies and know that there is so much more than this. But these are the ones that I feel are pertinent to the people who are going to be watching this video. Now let's talk about one of my favorite modalities in existence right now, beyond quantum healing, hypnosis, and its short name is BQH. In my experience as both a client and a practitioner, beyond quantum healing hypnosis is a catalytic force for consciousness expansion. Each session is unique and your high self tailors it to you perfectly. So in my experience, they are, just filled with things that will have a lasting positive effect in your daily life. Sometimes it's a past life that holds keys to the things that you're experiencing in your daily life. And in my experience right now, especially in 2021, I've noticed that most of the lives that my clients are going to, and I myself went to, are either concurrent or future lives, and a lot of them are not on this planet. Now, there still are some planetary lives, but a lot of my clients as of late have been experiencing themselves as light beings, as spheres of energy, as star family of all different types, just like you'll read in Dolores's books. This is the norm, especially I think for me because I'm a starseed, and predominantly most of my clients are star-seeded themselves. So I think that's why I get a lot of the cosmic, lives coming through within my clients. It's because I hold so much of that cosmic energy myself, and I'm not afraid of it, and I won't have a weird reaction to it. So a lot of people that come to me, I think they can sense that in me, whether they're conscious of being a starseed or not. Some of them learn that they are starseeded based on their hypnosis experience with me, which is also really cool. I think I've only ever had, a couple of clients that didn't actually have some sort of cosmic, life experience in their sessions. Now, I'm open to anyone coming to me though. So I enjoy this on such a deep level. It doesn't matter who you are. I am happy and excited to walk you through all of this journey and experience everything that holds the keys for you. And when I say holds keys, let's give an example. So it could be that, say, you're very insecure this life. And insecurity really is a common thread that you're finding in a lot of your life experiences. The life that your high self may show you will be a life where you are absolutely the embodiment of security. And you get to see and experience and live as a person or a being who has had that deep security in their life. And you are able to carry that forward into your now daily life, right? So the life that you're living right now. So this is how the high self works. It's a very, very, beautiful experience for people. And I believe that it really unlocks things within you because there's so much that happens in a session. And if you are a very cosmic person, or you suspect that you might be a starseed, I highly recommend going to another starseed for a session. I think it isn't that another practitioner couldn't give you an amazing session, because they can and they do all the time. It's that there's a level of comfort that you have, especially with your first session, when you know that your high strangeness and the person that is giving you the session, their high strangeness, is resonant and harmonious. So I would highly recommend, if you are resonant with that, to have your experience, your first BQH or another one with someone that is already, awakened to the fact that they are a starseed and living and embodying that cosmic frequency and that cosmic energy in very intentional ways. Another thing I've noticed in 2021 sessions is that upgrades and activations are on point right now. I've noticed a lot that my clients are experiencing deep, lasting change and upgrades that are literally, shifting their vibration in the midst of the session. We have a lot of high frequencies, basically that we're bringing into these sessions, and you can feel that connection as it happens. And I can't say enough about the upgrades and activations that are happening in the sessions. They are life-changing. They literally elevate your consciousness. The more change you have and the more you shift and the higher vibration you shift, the higher the collective shifts. And for me, it's all about this collective expansion in consciousness. And, the higher our vibration is, the more heaven on earth we get to build and create with one another. So I just want to say a big heartfelt thank you so much to all of you for being here on this earth right now with all of us. You are very special, and your gifts are needed in this world. And if you're feeling a nudge to experience a QHHT or BQH session, please go on to Quantum Healers Directory and find the practitioner who is the best fit for you. Someone that feels like they could be your best friend and that you feel very confident in doing this type of session with. So if you're interested in working with me, of course, you can find me at the website that's listed below. That's www.bridgetreneeholliday.com. And I just want to send you a big, huge virtual hug and blessings of unconditional love, pure consciousness, and expansion. Thank you so much for watching, and enjoy the rest of this event.